Now we are going to make the stove, and the oven. But and this one will be easy. We're going to do it about half the size of the fridge. I'm going to come on this side so nothing else gets in the way. We're going to turn off the wall. Come over here. You could color the back of the fridge. You don't really need to because you won't be seeing that anyways, but you can. We are going to color the inside because if you have it to where the doors open and close, you will be able to see the inside. So you want the inside to be the same color. So we'll probably color that too. There's one more thing else I was going to do on this video. I forgot what it was. Maybe that was something else. I don't know. Never mind. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add a mesh cube. And we're going to bring this down. We're going to probably make it about the same width. So we're actually going to snap this into that real quick. Go to edit mode. X-ray mode. Make sure you grab the face. Oops. Face. And we're going to bring the face over there. Go back to object mode. And then we're going to bring it over. And then right there. Snap it down to the floor. Going to bring it back here to be even with the fridge because that's right on the wall anyway. So as long as it's even with the fridge, it should be before the wall. There you go. And now, if you want to make it, no, that's where the door will be. I'm trying to think here. Is that about half? I'm sure we make it a little bit taller. So I'm going to go to edit mode. And we're going to go ahead and grab this. I'm just going to make it a tiny bit taller, not much. Actually, can't. No, that's good. We'll do about that. And then we're going to go and delete this face. The same thing we did with the fridge. And delete that face and go add a solidification modifier to the stove. I don't remember what the number was, but we're just going to kind of estimate on how big we want our thing to be. So we'll say maybe that we're going to go even thickness. I'm going to turn it down. Oh, hold on. It's even thickness. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, maybe right about there. And this, if you wanted to go a little bit farther with the stove, which we probably actually will on this one, because I told you I was going to show you how to make a little grate or something, and this would be a perfect time to kind of give an example on that. But we're going to come over here, we're going to grab this, we're going to stick this inside of the stove. I don't know if that's how thick I want it though. We're going to scale it down on the Z to make it nice and skinny because this shelf isn't that fat at all. Some more. And then we're going to bring it down. Right. We'll do it there. Then we're going to try to bring it down about halfway. Maybe right about there. And go to edit mode. Grab this, bring this over there. Grab this, bring this over there. And then go up to make sure it's not outside of the stove. And there you go. Now we have our little shelf. Now we're going to take this little shelf. I'm going to scoot it up. We're going to bring in another cube. Actually, you know what? These and these we can put down here in the collection 3. And then the carver we're going to add. What is carver 2? What is cube 2? That's that one right there. What did I use that for? Oh, that was for the, the table. Delete that. And we're going to add another carver. Add a cube. I'm going to bring it up. We're going to scale it down like that. We're going to bring it over to this. I'm going to turn off snapping. I need to actually just move this stuff over so it'll be easier to see what we're doing. So not on top of the stove. Right, I'm going to grab this. And we need to figure out how we're going to do this. So we can go to edit mode. and we're going to bring this up here like that, and that up there like that, and then do it right up there because we want it a little bit open up there. Come right there. And right there, we're going to scale it on the Y a little bit more, make it a little bit skinnier. I'm trying to think, does that look like it might be good? Now I do want to go to edit mode, and I want to bring this down a little less than half. And then we're going to go to object mode, and we're going to add 2 arrays to this. Now 2 arrays. One of the arrays will bring down on the X all the way down to 0. And then we'll bring it up on the down, I guess, because it's going the other way. Bring it down on this. And these little lines right here, this is going to be the bars on the grill, so to speak. So we can actually make it a little bigger. Let's go to edit mode. We can bring it down a little bit. No, we can make it a little bigger. I mean, make it a little bit bigger. Come to this one, right? I can make it a little bit smaller. So we'll do it right about there. And I think that might look pretty good. Let's come to, I think it's this one. And we're going to add some more. All the way down to the end. So I'm debating if that's how I want to make it. Or if I want to make these bars a little bit bigger. Let me see. Let's click on that. Go up, up. We can do it that big. Then I'll have to bring this down to right about there. Move this down a little bit. And that might be pretty good. And then what we do is we just bring this all the way down, put it right inside of that. Yeah, I think that looks good. Then we'll go ahead and apply that and apply that. Go overhead, we'll grab this, and we're going to add a boolean. Then we're going to use a picker to pick that. And then we're going to get rid of that. Oh wait, what the heck? I tried getting rid of the wrong thing. There you go. Turn off X-ray, and there we go. And then you can do that different ways. However you want to do it. You can make the grill holes bigger, smaller. The bars bigger. We'll make this iron or metal. So go back to this. We might end up. Let me see. See, we might do different color because we're probably gonna do this. Well, I'm not really gonna I'm not gonna really focus too much on this house because this is just more of a first small house and more of a practice type thing. So I don't know if we'll worry about that right now. We're gonna go and color. We are gonna color this metal though. Because I was thinking about doing different kinds of metal because the door will probably be more of a bronze or a brass. The legs probably make it brass, or maybe even a steel. And then this over here would probably be more of a bronze or a brass. Yeah, I'll probably make that more of a bronze or a brass. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and bring this all the way down. Try to get it as close to the middle as possible. And go back to that, go to snapping. I'm going to snap this to the back. This snapped all the way in the back. Yes, it is. I don't want it snapped all the way in the back. There you go, just like that. And then there is our oven. Well, and we may be into more detail eventually too, but if you want to get into really good detail with this, you can put this shelf up here, duplicate this shelf, put this shelf. Well, we might still duplicate this, because all it takes is a duplicate. So duplicate that, put that shelf down here, bring this shelf down a little more. And if you want to get into real detail, you could put a burner down here, and maybe even a burner up here. And I think, I'll have to look at my stove and see, but I think stoves even have burners on the sides of them. So if you want to make it more really detailed, you can put the burners in there. But we're just going to leave it like that. We're going to come to this. We're actually going to color this black. See, in this right here, what is that? I have that painted metal. So this is also painted metal too. I might just change that to black though, maybe. My door handles are black, but this is going to be the same color metal. So I might just bring in some kind of silver or steel for the metal, so they all just look like silver or steel. Alright, so now we need to add another mesh cube, and we're going to go to snapping. We're going to bring this up here to that, into that. We're actually going to kind of snap this to this. Go to edit mode, X-ray, grab that face, and we're going to bring this down to that. And bring this up there like that. So we're actually going to take this stove and this, and we're going to scoot these over a little bit. We gotta grab the shelves too. Scoot these over a little bit so it's not right next to the fridge, but we're not too far from the fridge. Now we come to this, go to edit mode, grab that face, snap that over there, snap that over there, snap that up there, and snap that down there. Okay. See, I'm trying to think. I don't know if this one might actually be better if it's actually right on it. Because the fridge normally has a little thing right there to stop it from hitting all the way to the thing, but I don't know if ovens do. So it might be better if we put the oven door, and set the origin to geometry, put the oven door right on it. And there's the oven door. Now what we could do with the oven door, I'm trying to think, what could we do with the oven door? Because it's going to open up downward, so we want to make it to where it's going to take the origin, and with the origin down here. You know, I think ovens are normally on a little stand, so I might put it on a little stand so it's not completely on the, well, no, yes, you won't be, we'll have to do it on a different oven, but I forgot about some ovens have a thing that you can pull out from the bottom. I forgot all about that. We'll do that on the next one. But let me see. We're gonna go ahead and take off origins and see how rotation looks. Go up here, origin, we put the origin right there. Take off origin and then rotate on the Y. See, it kind of goes underground. So yeah, we're definitely gonna need to do that fix that next time. So we'll do that next time where it has a thing that pulls out. Actually, you know what? I probably could still actually do that. I would just need to create another cube on the bottom. I don't know. Do I want to do that on this one? I'm not going to do that on this one. We'll do it on the next one. Alright, so now here is that. Then we can take the oven door. We can bring this up. And we're going to bring in another... What is this? Is that a carver? Yeah, that's the grill carver. Delete that. We're going to bring in another cube mesh. And we're going to put this up there. Scale it down. Turn off snapping. Bring it down a little bit. Maybe right about there. Gonna scale it on the Y a little bit, maybe there. I'm going to scale it down on the Z, maybe right about there. I'm gonna grab this, bring this in. We're gonna do that. Add a boolean. Turn that off, and there we go. We have a little window inside of the oven. Now we can bring, well, now we need to come up here. We're going to add another mesh, a cube. We're going to bring this over, and we're going to scale this way down. Bring this up here, scale it down some more. Scale it down some more. Good. Top head view, where is it at? Come over here. I'm going to snap it to the door. We probably made the window a little big, but that's fine. Now we can go to edit mode, and now we're going to do the same thing we did with the fridge door, except this time we're going side instead of down. So we're going to do extrude 0.05, negative 0.05. Now it looks like it's doing it slow. Let's do negative point. Oh, that's no. Negative 0.5. Negative point. Oops. Negative 0.05. Negative 0.1. That's weird. The last time it looked like it was all a lot bigger than this. Oh well. So now we're going to do rotate on the Z. Looks like 15. Okay. Then we're going to go back to normal. We're going to do E negative 0.1. Actually, no. I just do 0.1. Rotate on the Z. I know that's different. That's Y, isn't it? Y 15. Extrude 0.1. Rotate on the Y. Why is it saying X now? That's weird. 15. Let me make sure it's still all aligned right. Okay, all still aligned. So extrude 0.1. Rotate on the. That's why. What the hell's going on? 15. It keeps on changing on me. And E.1 rotate Y15. Make sure it's still all aligned right. Okay. So that is 30, 60. So one more. Extrude. 0.1. Rotate on the Y15. And then extrude again. Bring this one over. I ended up making this one smaller. This one, I think I made it too big. I'm going to do another E.1. Rotate on the Y15. E.1. Rotate on the Y15. And the same thing over and over again. 0.1. Rotate Y15. 1. Rotate Y15. So this is 60, so we need 2 more. 0.1. Rotate Y15 and 1 more. E.1. Rotate Y15. Now you can snap that right in. Nope, never mind. Edit, undo. You want to extrude and then snap it. And there you go. Now we have our door handle. We're going to go ahead and scale that down. Put that in the middle. We're going to scale it skinnier. Then we're going to scale it that. Take off snap. We're going to try to put this in the center. And there you go. Now we need to go add one more thing to it. We're going to do a cube. We're going to bring snapping on. We're going to bring this right to that. Go to edit mode. You're going to do that and that. Oops. Go back up here. Go to object mode. Bring it all the way over. Back to edit mode. Grab that. Snap that right there. Grab that and then snap that right there. Object. You're going to grab that, change that color to glass, grab that, change that color to black, grab that and change that color to metal. Now we can grab this, this, and this. Make sure everything's good on that. Do Control J, and now we can do name this oven door. We'll name this. We can actually grab this, this, and this now, and Control J. Actually, you go back. I forgot to apply the solidification. Grab that and that. Control J, and then we're gonna name this oven. And grab this and move it down. We have this and this, and we're going to move this back up to house. There you go. Now we have an oven and an oven door. Well, no, this is actually a stove right there. The oven's on the top, so we still need to do an oven. But what we're going to do now with the oven is we're going to add another mesh, add a cube. Bring this over here. We're going to go to edit mode. We're going to bring this all the way up, bring this all the way down. Go turn snapping off. We're going to grab this and we're going to bring this to the very back. Snap this to the top. You go to edit mode. We don't need it that tall. Maybe like that. Now, how do we want to do this? Is the question. Control J. Was it working? Oh, what am I doing? That's the wrong button. I was trying to Control J. Oops. Edit undo. Go back over here. Turn snapping off. Control R, not J. We're gonna bring this down here like this. Right there. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to grab that edge right there. And we're going to scoot that back a little bit, not all the way. Actually, we want to, yeah, we're going to scoot it back. Then you want to actually, I'm still on normal, aren't I? There you go. I'm going to grab this face. We're going to scoot it out a little bit. And I'll grab this edge. And we'll scoot this out a little bit, not much. Alright, and then this was going to color this black. You could do more, like another thing you can do more detail with is you could actually add buttons to that, or a little time, a clock to it, or whatever. You can also do that if you wanted to, but we're not going to do that on this one. We'll get that into more advanced and future videos. We'll go ahead and add the black to this. Now, there's a few things we can do with this. We're going to add a cylinder. I think we're going to do, I don't know how we're going to do it because it's kind of hard to make. I tried this on one of my other stoves. I might try it again later on another video or another thing, but not right now. But it's kind of a pain to get it to where it's one of the old gas stoves or whatever, where it has the grates on it or whatever. It's kind of hard to get that to look right, but we might try that again later. I might just end up making this maybe some kind of electric stove with just a cut on the top, put like some kind of dark glass on the top of that or whatever, or something like that. And then we can also make it to where we have a light in there that will turn red when it's on or something like that. That's if we were to get to that point where you're actually using the stove in your game or something like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and go to modification. We're going to add 2 arrays. Again, we're going to take one down. Then we're going to do that. Wait a minute, can you... Is that a lock or an animation? Can you animate it that way? I'm going to need to mess around with this and see. Wow. That is cool. Okay, I didn't notice that. I learn something new all the time. So you can make an animation with the rays and stuff. That is freaking cool. Alright. Anyways, we're going to take this one down to 0. And we're going to take this one with this one up that way. Actually, no, we need to go. Oh, we'll take this one down to 0. And then bring this one down to negative. And then we're going to take this one. We're going to scoot this one up a little bit. Scoot this down a tad. We're going to scoot this. Take off snapping. Let's scoot this down a little bit. We're going to make it a little bit bigger. Let me take this one down a little bit more. Take it down one more. And then we're going to take skip that. Or better, you can even just make the glass change colors when it's on or something like that. Okay, so now that looks good. We're going to go ahead and add the arrays. Then we're going to grab this. Oh, dang it. I didn't take an account for the stove door. Edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo. I'm going to go and take this door. Turn that off. Scale it down grab that. Scale it down a little bit. Scoot it back a little bit. There you go. Probably can. Oh, I don't want to scale it down too much. Bring it down right there. Then we're gonna grab this, go to Boolean. We're gonna actually no, I might need to work that way. Do I need to add those first? I might need to add. Yeah, I think I need to add. Might need to add the arrays. Excuse me. Arrays first. So we go ahead and add the array. Apply the array. Go to this, and we're going to do a Boolean. I hope you can do a Boolean with a solidification. Pretty sure you can. We're gonna go and turn off the cylinders. You can, but why is it colored like that? Go to apply, go to edit. I don't know why the inside is like that. Just gonna go through and change all these colors. Dang it. And dang it. And we're going to go to color and change those real quick to black. I don't know why those are metal. Weapons, because metal. Oh, that's why. Because it's okay. Because I combine those two together. But see, metal shouldn't be on the stove. That's why I combine them together. That. Wonder why I didn't turn black instead of freaking metal though. Dang it. Alright, now change all that. There you go. Go to object mode. Now we could actually, what we could do with that now is we go back to that cylinder. Which cylinder is okay? It's that cylinder. And we'll go to edit mode, X-ray, and we'll okay, so X-ray mode was none. We have X-ray, and we're going to bring this down, and we're going to add snapping, and we're going to snap it right there. Does that look right? And then we're going to take off snapping, and we're going to grab the bottom faces, and I'm just going to move them up just a little bit. Like that. Now we're going to color these. Add a color. And we're going to call this. Let's call it black glass. Cause we're going to keep it at black. Maybe add a light underneath it. Maybe if we ever add that. But we're going to call that black glass. We're just going to call this black also. Now you can't even tell it's there. We could stick it out a little bit or even change the color. You know, maybe I will change the color a little bit so you can kind of see. Make it not so dark. There you go. Now you can kind of see it. And there is our stove and an oven. And then where is our door? Where is our door? Right here. Oven door. Here's our oven. We're going to take oven and we're going to take this cube and this. What is that cube? It's that cube. We don't need that cube. What was that? That was, what was that for? Well, that's for the glass. So we don't need that. And the cylinder. We grab this and this. And oven. And then Control J. And there is our oven together with our oven door. And there is our kitchen. Let's turn on the walls and the counter. Kitchen kind of looks kind of big, but there is our kitchen. Kind of by the window. The stove's kind of by the window, though. I might have to move. Actually, grab this and this. And we're going to turn snapping on. We're going to move this out a little bit more so it's not inside of the window. Like I said in the previous video too, is that we can make this look a little bit better if you were to, on this one was just a quick house, but you can make it look a little bit better if you were to plan out your house before you actually build it. Like make sure the windows aren't in the way for the fridge and all that kind of stuff. And then same with the TV, you can set it to where you have two windows on both sides. Make sure you kind of set up the house the way you want the furniture, but this house was more of a quick house. But there is our stove and our refrigerator. I think our kitchen is done. I think. Is there anything else I want to do to the kitchen? No. Well, the oven's done, the stove's done, the fridge is done. That's all we need for the kitchen now. Now we're going to go ahead and do the bathroom and try to see if we get the toilet and the sink to look nice, if we can get those down. Now once we get those down, we should be done with this house, and then we'll probably move on to maybe making some music for a little bit, and then maybe build something else on Blender. But anyways, I will see you on the next